Good afternoon, everybody. Casey and Harriet, are you both ready?
Yes.
Me too.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. We're on the record in the the Colorado Public Utilities Commission's proceeding number 24A-0369G. My name is Aviv Segev. I'm the administrative law judge assigned to this proceeding. It is now 4 p.m. on January 21st, 2025. This remote public comment hearing was scheduled by interim decision number R24-0792-I, dated October 31st, 2024. I scheduled this remote public comment hearing pursuant to the party's informal request to hold the public comment hearing, preferably soon after the answer testimony deadline. The answer testimony deadline was last week on January 13th. As explained in decision number R24-0792-I, this public comment hearing is being conducted remotely via the Zoom web-hosted video conference. I want to welcome and thank each of you who are participating in this remote public comment hearing. I'll give a very brief background for this case and a few instructions, and we'll proceed from there. In very general terms, this proceeding involves an application by Public Service Company of Colorado, which I and the commenters, anybody submitting a comment today, may refer to as Public Service, Excel, or the company, requesting commission approval for the company's proposed thermal energy network pilot initiative. The general goal of this initiative is to determine the feasibility of thermal energy networks in the company's service territory. Through the application, Public Service seeks approval for recovery of certain preliminary costs to explore the development of up to 5 thermal energy network pilot projects. The filing of the application by the company was prompted by the passage of House Bill 23-1252 concerning the implementation of measures to advance thermal energy service. Section 40-4-121 sub 3A of the Colorado Revised Statutes states that on or before September 1st, 2024, a large gas utility shall submit to the Commission for review and approval at least one pilot program consisting of one or more pilot projects to provide thermal energy service in its service area. One quick moment. Excuse me. I will be right back with you. I'm handling something that has to do with this hearing, and I will continue with my brief description of the case and the instruction in just one moment. So as I was saying, the company's initiative set forth in this application is responsive to the requirements mandated by Section 40-4-121 subsection 3A of the Colorado Revised Statutes. As to how this public comment hearing will proceed, in the interim decision setting this remote public comment hearing, I stated that you can provide written or oral comments. Both will be given the same weight. The Commission does not give any greater weight to oral or written comments. However, the Commission prefers written comments because they tend to be clearer and more persuasive. With respect to written comments, there are 4 ways by which you can submit written comments. You can do so by mail. You can send your public comment to Dora_PUC_website at state.co.us. The next method, you can do so via the Colorado Public Utilities Commission website at puc.colorado.gov. Scroll down until you see the box labeled File a Comment or Complaint. Fill out the form, and when applicable, select this proceeding number, which again is 24A-0369G. The next method, you can do so by U.S. mail, sent to 1560 Broadway, Suite 250, Denver, Colorado 80202. And the fourth method by which you may submit a written comment is you can, actually that's not a written comment, but it's nonetheless, it's a way to submit a comment. You can call the commission at 303-869-3490, and you can leave an oral comment in English or Spanish. With any of these options, please be sure you reference this proceeding number, which again is 24A-0369G, so that the commission's administrative staff can appropriately file the comment where it needs to be filed. With respect to the comments to be provided here today, I'm requesting that you change your Zoom name to your first and last name. I believe we had one participant who because registration is required, the name that automatically appears on the screen may not be yours. So please be sure to change your Zoom name to your Zoom name to your full name, and it also makes for a much clearer record. Excuse me. I asked that you, if you would like to submit a comment, use the raise hand Zoom feature to signal me that you wish to speak. To do so, click on the reactions button on the bottom of the portion of your screen and raise your hand. If you no longer wish to speak, you can lower your hand using the same process. I ask that you remain muted and that your camera turned off until your name is called. If I call your name and you do not wish to submit a comment, that is fine. To those participating by phone, and we do have at least one participant who appears to be participating by phone. You will need to dial *9 to use the raise hand Zoom feature. Please listen very carefully for your area code and 3 last digits of your phone number as I call on you. When your number is called, you will need to dial *6 to unmute yourself. So *9 to raise your hand and *6 to unmute. When I call your name or phone number, please unmute or turn your video and begin your comments by stating your first and last name and tell me on behalf of whom you are submitting the comment, if it's anybody other than yourself. A few tips for submitting an oral comment. When you speak, please remember that we have a court reporter who will make a transcript of everything that is being said. So speak slowly and clearly. And please note that I may interrupt you and ask you to repeat yourself or slow down to the extent you may have been unclear or you stated whatever you wanted to state a little bit too quickly. All of the statements during this remote public comment hearing need to be verbal. I may have questions for you, and if I do, please answer with a verbal response, and nodding your head will not be good enough for purposes of the transcript of this hearing. I ask that you avoid speaking over one another. If somebody covers all or most of the points you intended on making, you may state as much, and of course, you may make any additional comments you would like. I will go through the list of commenters in no other order other than the ones that appears on my screen. I see we have a good handful of commenters, but I will not impose any time limit on comments. I do ask that you remain mindful of all of the participants here. This hearing is scheduled to take place until 6 o'clock, unless we adjourn before that. If we finish before 5:15, I will keep taking recess until we get to 5:15 to make sure all of those who wanted to attend the hearing or submit an oral comment could do so. If you're observing, you may do so on the Colorado Public Utilities YouTube channel. You can reach the Colorado Public Utilities Commission YouTube channel by going to puc.colorado.gov/webcasts. And in the middle portion of your screen, in the center of the screen, there will be a large blue box that will point you to the Commission's YouTube channel, where you can listen to the entire stream and also refer to it at a later time, should you choose to do so. If you're not making any comments, please use the webcast to observe the hearing and leave the meeting. You're free to join back at any time if you wish to make a comment. All right. The first individual that appears on my screen, I'm not sure it's a commenter. I will call on her nonetheless, Ms. Garcia.
Yes, I signed up for public comment.
Yeah, and you would like to submit a comment?
Yes, please.
When you're ready, please state your name and make your comment. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Patricia Garcia Nelson. I am the Colorado Fossil Fuel Just Transition Advocate for Green Latinos Colorado. My work focuses on, just like my title says, transitioning from fossil fuels toward a just transition for Colorado. Unfortunately, I had quite a bit of difficulty being able to find the proposal and find all the documents related to this hearing. So I don't feel very prepared to make many comments on the pilot programs themselves. I have been able to find the locations, but ultimately my comments are more towards the accessibility of all of the documentation for this proceeding. I was able to find everything about an hour or so ago. But ultimately, I do want to say Green Latinos has done some research on geothermal energy networks. And at first glance, we do feel like this could be a viable solution towards a just transition. In terms of the viability, we're still not sure what that can look like. And so these pilot programs are definitely something we are keeping an eye on. We do see that there could be the possibility for workforce development. In our work, we definitely see a lot of the times that there is a concern about maintaining workforces in different communities, especially in the rural communities. We do see that there's an opportunity to transition away from fossil fuels while maintaining the workforce in certain areas. What we have seen is that there are some thermal energy networks around the state where they are transitioning the the natural gas assets to be able to run the thermal energy networks. That being said, though this could be a great transition for a fossil-free future, we always want to maintain that our concerns are for communities that have historically been impacted or left out of these conversations. For example, we have seen that there is a data center that is going into the Gloville, Laria, Swansea neighborhood, which is a historically impacted community. We have Suncor, we have Superfund sites, and now we're going to have a data center. The reason I'm bringing that up is one of the options that we have seen through our research for thermal energy networks is that the heat, the residual heat that's coming from data centers can be used in these technologies as well. And so, like I said, at first glance, we feel that this could be a very great solution, especially for remote communities, smaller communities that want to lessen their reliance on natural gas.
Thank you very much for your comment. Anything else?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate very much the comment. Ms. Moore. Looks like the audio is connecting, so we'll wait a moment.
It's been like that for a while.
It
Maybe
has?
she can. Yeah, I'm not sure she can connect.
Okay. I will, Ms. Moore, I will get back to you if you wish to call. You may do so. Since I can't hear you, let me give you the phone number, which of course I don't have from the top of my head. Let me see.
Judge, I can read one out loud if you want me to.
Would you please, Casey? I'm looking at your invitation.
Sure. Any of those numbers will work. I'll just do the top one. 719-359-4580.
Sorry, go ahead.
The meeting ID is 813-1803-3703, and the passcode would be 765626.
Thank you very much, Casey. And that applies to anybody who is having audio issues and would like to call in. So again, the phone number is 719, as Casey stated, 719-359-4580. The meeting ID is 813-1803-3703. And the passcode is 765626. So I will move on from you, Ms. Moore. Again, if you would like to repair your audio connection, that works. If you would like to call, that works as well. Please excuse me if I mispronounce your name, Mr. Thakore. I apologize if I mispronounced it.
That's okay. I'm just here to listen, actually, so I do not have a public comment.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. Ms. Seitz or Seitz.
Thank you, Your Honor. My name is Anita Seitz, and oops, I am the Advocacy Director for Colorado Communities for Climate Action. We are a coalition of 43 local governments who've come together to advocate for strong and effective state climate policy. Our members are both counties and municipalities. We collectively represent over a quarter of the state's population. However, most relevant to today's proceedings is we have very many members that are within Excel's service territory. I I'm here today to voice CC4CA's support for this program and for Excel's proposal. I and apologize, I'm reading my notes, so I won't be giving you eye contact. So CC4CA members are committed to building decarbonization, and we see promise in thermal energy networks as a tool, a very important tool to accomplish this goal. That is why in 2023, CC4CA supported House Bill 1252, and we want to see it implemented to its full potential. Reducing emissions from the heating and cooling of buildings is essential to our members and our state's climate goals. But what's exciting about thermal energy networks is there are so many additional and ancillary benefits to these programs. They support air quality, public health, good jobs for the energy workforce with transferable skill set, lower energy costs, and equitable decarbonization for low income and disproportionately impacted community members. With this last point in mind, we have a slight modification to the proposal that you received from Excel that we would like to see. There were 5 proposed communities put forward from Excel. Only one of these is a disproportionately impacted community. That's the Ruby Hill project, and we are happy to see that inclusion. However, there were 2 other communities that are disproportionately impacted communities that had a very close score to the 5 that were selected. And we would encourage the commission to consider, just for the engineering studies, the inclusion of those 2 as well. We think that would allow the maximum likelihood that the benefits from this program will be equitably dispersed. It also adds geographic diversity to the projects that have been proposed, which we think is beneficial as well. We also believe that this is exciting work that's being done, and rather setting it as a competition between communities, which might be the result of the Excel's proposal to have one or more, we would like the commission to set the expectation that any of these proposed communities, that through the engineering studies and the community outreach demonstrate like this is a strong candidate for a thermal energy network, move forward. We think this way we are building a pathway together. We're knowledge sharing, partnering with Excel or PSCO and local governments to figure out how this can be done and creating a roadmap for future projects if this proves to be successful. So that's our consideration. I did want to ask if I provided oral comments today, am I unable then to submit a letter? I'd like to, what is the deadline? I apologize for submitting the written comments.
There is no deadline. I would urge you to do it sometime before the hearing. But even that is not a fast, it's just for, to the extent you want me as the ALJ presiding over this proceeding to be aware of whatever it is that you want me to be aware, I would urge you to submit it in advance of the hearing.
I guess I would like to communicate clearly to you. I will send a letter as well, but our members are keenly interested in supporting the development of thermal energy networks as a pathway to support our decarbonization goals of buildings. We are active in looking into other options that are right now before the PUC or will be soon, and that the Clean Heat Plan, in addition to last year's 1370 bill that passed that will allow for planning with Excel and local governments. We're just really engaged in this work. We care a lot about it, and we'd like to support Excel's proposals with those amendments that I mentioned. And I
Yes,
appreciate your time and the opportunity to comment and apologize. I'm not a technical expert, but I am an advocate and we're excited about this.
And understood. Thank you very much for your comment. And it goes to you as well as anybody else who may be submitting a comment today. That you're more than welcome to also submit a written comment in this proceeding. And I covered the ways you may do so. It's also in my decision that scheduled this hearing. It's decision number R24-0792-I. And it also lists the methods by which you may submit a written comment. Thank you very much. Let's see here. There's an individual by the name of Jennifer Boston, who I don't believe is Jennifer Boston, who may or may not want to submit a public comment. And so if you are interested in doing so, I would, you don't even have to change your name. Just turn on your camera and let me know who you are and begin with your comment. I'll wait a moment, and if you don't wish to submit a public comment, that's fine. It looks like Ms. Garcia, who has already submitted a comment, has raised her hand. So why won't we go to her, unless it was done by mistake?
Thank you. I do have a quick question, Your Honor.
Of course.
Can you let us our written comments due today?
No. You may submit them at any time before a recommended decision is issued. But for if you would like me to be advised of whatever it is that you would like me to know, I would urge you to do so before the hearing in this case.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And so you have several weeks to submit a written comment, and that I will be sure to read and address before I turn to the substance of the case. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. I can't see the full name, and Leslie Henry, and then there's a -SE. If you would like to, I do have the full name. Sermus, Mr. Henry Sermus. If you wish to submit a comment, please. Ms., I apologize.
That's all right. I'm just here on behalf of UCA. Listening to this. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you. The phone number ending with 053, if you wish to submit a comment, please go ahead now. Okay. It is *9, I believe, if you're trying to mute yourself. I'm sorry, I apologize. *6 to unmute yourself. *9 is to raise your hand. Okay. Something changed. Okay. It looks like you the phone number ending with 053 raised his or her hand. So I don't think I can unmute you. Okay, I will let you keep trying. The person ending with 053. I'll get back to you. I think Ms. Kate Moore is back, and it appears that there are no audio issues. Would you like to submit a comment, Ms. Moore?
I'm so sorry. Are you able to hear me?
I'm sorry?
Are you able to hear me?
I am able to hear you.
Sorry for all the confusion. I'm Mrs. Moore. I dialed it on audio. Thank you for your patience.
You miss
I
what?
was
I'm
just
sorry. Could you repeat
Miss
your name?
Moore.
Oh, okay, okay. So are you calling it? Oh, okay, I see. Now, so you're connected by video, which is not turned on, but your audio is through the you are the person with a number ending with 053. Is that correct?
Yes, I am. Thank
Okay.
you so much for your patience. It took me a minute to figure out how to unmute myself.
Yeah, no problem at all. Go ahead.
I actually listened to join as well. I wasn't originally going to make a public comment, but I would like to echo CC4CA's very eloquent comments, and I would also implore the commission to pursue the planning phase for all of the disproportionately impacted communities that were submitted as potential pilots by Excel Energy. Thank you so much for hosting this hearing tonight, and I appreciate your time.
I appreciate it and understood. Thank you very much. Is that all for now, at least?
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
Okay, very good. Is there anybody? I believe I called on everybody that is connected. Who, if this is Ms. Moore, if you could kindly mute yourself, that would be great. Just thank you so much. Just so we don't have background noise. If there's anybody else who would like to submit a public comment and I haven't called on him or her, now would be the time to let me know. You can turn on your camera. You can just start speaking, and either way goes. But I don't hear any or see anybody like that. So what we'll do is we'll take a 20-minute recess. We'll come back at it will be about an 18-minute recess. We'll come back at 10 to 5, and see if there's anybody at that time who wishes to submit a public comment. Casey, if you could kindly put on the message on the screen that we are on recess and we'll reconvene at 4:50, that would be great. So we're on recess starting now, reconvene at 4:50. To those who wish to get off the call, that's fine. I appreciate your comments. Otherwise, I will see you at 4:50. Thank you very much. Good afternoon again, everyone. Harriet and Casey, are you both still ready?
Yes.
Thank
Same here.
you. Thank you. All right, we are back on the record in proceeding number 24A-0369G. We took a recess to see if we might have any commenters, any more commenters who would like to submit a public comment today. I don't see anybody on the screen who joined to possibly submit a comment. So what we'll do is we'll take another recess. We will reconvene at 5:15. So we're on recess starting now until 5:15 to see if anybody else joins us to submit a comment. Thank you very much. Casey and Harriet, are you both ready?
Yes.
Same here.
Thank you. We're back on the record in proceeding number 24A-0369G. It is now 5:15 p.m. on January 21st, 2025. There are no additional commenters who have joined this Zoom session since we last broke out for recess. I will therefore thank all of those who submitted public comments today. This brings the public comment hearing to a close. Thank you again, and we are adjourned.